political discussion. United Nations General Assembly, that has the 80th session of United Nations General Assembly, UNGC, United Nations General Assembly, 80th session of United Nations General Assembly. It is set to commence from the 22nd of the September in the city of New York. Okay, but looking at the Gaza Strip problem, the way Israel is doing in the Gaza Strip, Gaza city that used to be called as the capital of Gaza Strip, that city more or less completely controlled by the Israeli forces, more or less. Means they are now in a move to control full Gaza Strip. What will happen to the people who are living out there? They have to commit suicide, or they have to go somewhere else, or they have to die with the starvation. Israel or United States, they have to do nothing with them. They are controlling Gaza Strip in a way that no one is living out there. In that fashion, there is an emergency voting that took place in the New York City in the United Nations General Assembly. Emergency voting on the Gaza Strip. Resolution for this Gaza Strip problem means West Bank and Gaza Strip. These are the two portions of the Israel. Israel is a country which is in three parts. One is Gaza Strip, one is the Israel, and one is the West Bank. West Bank and Gaza Strip, it has Palestinian population, whereas Israel has Jewish population. But more or less after 1967 war between Palestine and Israel, politically and geographically also, these two areas, West Bank and Gaza Strip, are being controlled by Israel only. So they have interim government, or it is working like an autonomous region, but it is controlled by the Israel only. Looking at the unprecedented atrocities on the Palestinian people, Honorable President of France, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, Honorable President of France, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, he has brought a resolution in the United Nations General Assembly. 2 to 3 months back only he has disclosed this. He has announced this, that he is going to bring resolution in the United Nations General Assembly. Mr. Emmanuel Macron, the only knight, only brave person, I would say the only man in the world who showed unprecedented, if Israel showed unprecedented atrocities on the Palestinian people, then Emmanuel Macron is the person who showed unprecedented bravery, unprecedented. First, he is the person, he talked about the bringing sanctions on Israeli Prime Minister, sanctions on Israel, and doing some kind of some kind of trial on the Benjamin Netanyahu. He is the person who roamed around the world talking about the Israel atrocities on Gaza Strip, Mr. Emmanuel Macron. Now, Emmanuel Macron, now he is a kind of a person who is set to bring resolution in the United Nations General Assembly for two different countries now. Palestine will be a different country, and then Israel will be different country altogether. Right now it is one country, but this is the concept of two countries for which resolution is set to be brought in the United Nations General Assembly. That is set to commence from the 22nd of the October. But looking at the kind of the severity of the problem, there is a emergency voting happened in the United Nations General Assembly, and around I believe 164 countries, they were kind of available during the voting. 142 countries, including India. This is coming as the most surprising voting. India is a country which try to be absconding. There are three ways you vote in the any resolution. Either you vote in support of it, or you vote against it, or you become absconding. You just come out of the voting. Okay, you discard, boycott the voting whatsoever. India is a country, generally it tried to discard or boycott the voting in favor of United States of America. But out of the people were thinking that India would boycott, and meaning of India makes sense. India is the most populous country in the world. If India is boycotting any resolution, means you are more or less you are supporting people who are anti to the resolution, more or less. Anyway, India has supported Emmanuel Macron in the two nation theory now. West Bank and Gaza Strip all together it will become a different country rather than an autonomous part of the Israeli system. This is a very big thing. It is coming into the picture. Out of 164 countries, 142 countries, they voted in the favor of resolution. 10 countries they voted against the resolution, and 12 countries they voted, they just boycotted it, they did not vote. And the country who voted against the resolution is Israel and United States. That is, people they know it. Then Hungary, Argentina, these are the countries they voted against the resolution. I don't know how much they are happy when children are dying out there. Macau, that is, I believe it is part of more or less near to the China. Macau voted against it. Tonga, Tonga is near to the New Zealand, a country that falls in Oceania region. Tonga, and then Micronesia, Melanesia, Micronesia, Polynesia. So Micronesia is a set of country like I believe Kiribati, and this country comes into Micronesia. Micronesia, Tonga, Papua New Guinea, Macau, okay, Israel, United States, Argentina, Hungary. History, the future will remember these countries, especially Argentina and Hungary. Okay, if something problem comes out to the Hungary, then Hungary now understand that how much it will be hungry for the support. That is for sure. Anyway, these 10 countries they voted against the resolution. Means they are happy that people are dying out of the Israeli and American atrocity out there. Anyway, 142 countries. This is a very big news that Mr. Emmanuel Macron, he has set a history now. If you keep attempting to something, if you keep working towards something, one day, someday you will get the success. And this is what Emmanuel Macron has got the success. A person who deserves Nobel Peace Award, a person who deserves Nobel Peace Award, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, Honorable President of France, he has won the match. He has won the war against the terrorism, war against the genocide, war against the atrocities on children. Okay, now voting has happened, and what 142 countries they have supported in favor of two nation theory. Now Gaza Strip and West Bank, they will come out of the Israel. It is for sure now. 22nd of the September, when the summit of the United Nations General Assembly would commence, then it will now, after that, they will float the rule and regulation and measures that need to be taken care in the bifurcation of the country, in the division of the country. So those rules will come out, and Israel must follow those rules. Otherwise, Israel and United States, these countries, they will be out of United Nations. That is for sure. You have to follow United Nations General Assembly. If people remember it, that Jammu and Kashmir, it is in consideration of the United Nations General Assembly. Primarily, the Pak occupied Kashmir and the Haji Langar area, that is Aksai Chin. Otherwise, India would have controlled this region. The Aksai Chin, China is not that powerful as India is in that region. And then Pak occupied Kashmir. But very infamously, Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, rather than winning back Aksai Chin and Pak occupied Kashmir, he put this matter into United Nations now, and that is under consideration. So now whatever United Nations wants, it has to happen. Otherwise, you will go away from the membership. So Israel and United States, this country would lose membership. Now it is almost sure now that Gaza Strip and West Bank altogether they will become a different country. What is there in the resolution? 7 pages are in the resolution had been presented in the United Nations General Assembly. In that, Hamas fighters from the Gaza Strip, they will be completely out of the politics of the Palestine. Mahmoud Abbas, Honorable President of West Bank, he has completely declared it that Hamas has nothing to do with the Palestinian politics in future. Not only that, Mahmoud Abbas, he has declared that Palestine will be a country without any military. Palestine will be a country without any military. So Palestine country, the main focus will be welfare of the Palestinian people, rather than waging war with the Israel or here and there. Nothing like that. It's because whatever devastation has happened to the Palestinian people in the past 55 years or 56 years, that devastation has to be recuperated. That devastation has to be reverted back. And in that direction, Mahmoud Abbas would work out. Amazing, mind-blowing victory for the Emmanuel Macron, the only one-man army who won the war. Lots of congratulations to him. Anyway, Anyway, okay. Now, Donald Trump is angry now. Now he is talking about more sanctions against Russia. Means Russia will receive more sanctions if NATO country they support America. NATO country they support America. Then America is ready to put more sanctions against Russia. How NATO country would support Mr. Donald Trump is NATO countries should stop buying crude oil and liquefied natural gas from the Russia. Is it not like a paradoxical condition? European Union and NATO countries, they are buying crude oil from the Russia. They are buying refined petroleum from India that is coming from Russia only. And after that, they are talking about placing sanctions against Russia. So Donald Trump has said if NATO country they stop buying crude oil and liquefied natural gas from the Russia, then America is ready to place more sanctions against Russia. But anyway, it does not look like so. It does not look like so because these countries are openly buying crude oil and liquefied natural gas from the Russia. So it does not look like so. Anyway, we will talk more on it. Donald Trump has said that 50% tariff on India has created a rift between India. We will talk about India supporting in favor of the resolution brought by Honorable President of France, Mr. Emmanuel Macron. What is the compulsion of India voting in favor of the resolution? Everywhere it is mentioned that this India has created a history in a way that India is a country which always supported United States and Israel. Out of the way, how it became anti to the Israel and United States. Okay, and Donald Trump has also said that 50% tariff on India has created a rift between India and United States. I would rather say 50% tariff on India has created a rift between India and United States from United States side, not from India. A poor country, it has no right to create a rift. It is in search of money, where from it will create the rift. If India has voted against the United States, means it is something like it is a move to put pressure on the America. If Indian Prime Minister is going to the SCO meet and then he is getting photographed together with the Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin, this is to put pressure on Donald Trump. If India is voting against the United States, India did not vote in favor of the resolution. India did not vote in the favor of Emmanuel Macron. India voted against the United States to put pressure on the United States so that everything should be reverted back and things should be brought to the way it used to be. This is called putting pressure on the Donald Trump. When India put pressure on the Donald Trump as far as SCO meeting is concerned, then Donald Trump has said India is a friend and Indian Prime Minister, he keeps a close bonding with them. Now when India has voted against United States, now India is expecting that more things will come out of the America. So America would, in a way, it will come to a situation where it will say that I am taking back 50% tariff on India. Let's wait and watch. India has played a kind of India has moved a die. India has moved a die now, and to show America that it is in the game against United States. But India is not in a caliber. India is not in a caliber to do anything against America. India is a poor country. It needs support. Anyway, now it is up to Donald Trump how much he is moved. Because of the move from the India. Anyway, now as far as Nobel Peace Award is concerned, I am expecting that lot of parliamentarians. If someone has to get Nobel Peace Award, he must be nominated. Who can nominate anyone for the Nobel Peace Award? parliamentarian of any country, they can nominate anyone for the Nobel Peace Award. Prime Minister, ministers of any country, they can nominate anyone for the Nobel Peace Award. Or Nobel laureates, the Nobel laureates who have received Nobel Award, they can also nominate anyone for the Nobel Peace Prize or Nobel Prize. Now it is up to, now I believe 142 vote means 142 nomination. Mr. Emmanuel Macron, implicitly he has received for the Nobel Peace Prize. Now it is up to their head of the state, president or prime minister of 142 country who have supported Emmanuel Macron. They have to come forward and they have to send they have to send a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize for the Emmanuel Macron for 2026. And if 142 vote they have given in favor of resolution brought by Emmanuel Macron, then 142 nomination for the Nobel Peace Award for the Emmanuel Macron, it will weigh much heavier to the whatever nomination Donald Trump has got for the clearing out many wars. Okay, people know that he has cleared out many wars, but he has raised even more. If he has cleared out many wars like India, Pakistan, or Thailand, Cambodia, but he has brought even a bloody war in the Gaza Strip kind of country. Bloody war, I won't say war, but bloody tension is going on in the United States also. People are being beheaded because of the rules and regulation that is coming out of Mr. Donald Trump. And then people are knowing what's happening in the Gaza Strip. Okay, so things are in favor of Donald Trump, these things are against Donald Trump. But there is nothing against Mr. Emmanuel Macron. Only good things are with him. I am 100% sure that within a week time or within a month time, all 142 prime minister or president who have voted in support of the Emmanuel Macron, they will take time and they will do the kind of nomination. They will forward their nomination toward the Emmanuel Macron for the Nobel Peace Award 2026. A nomination has to be sent before 31st January 2026. Okay, so after that we will call Emmanuel Macron as Nobel Peace Prize winner, Emmanuel Macron.